What it is, Mike Tano, Peace and Grease here, and the Acolytes have returned. Now, if you're newer to the game of Warframe, this may be your very first Acolyte event. So let's go over some basic information to get you sorted and ready to take down these Acolytes. Now, the reason you're wanting to participate against these Acolytes is because they drop mods you can only get from those specific Acolytes. Now, yes, you certainly could buy some of these mods from Trade Chat if you so choose. However, since we're in the middle of an Acolyte event, I don't know really why you want to buy them, but hey, you do you. So how this works is in your alert tab, there will be a specific Acolyte listed, and initially it will be location unknown. As more players run missions on the star chart, eventually its location will be revealed. As you see here with Angst, it is currently on Dione on Saturn. Now this is yet another case to be made for clearing your star chart, because Angst's first two locations were on Akkad on Eris and then Zabala on Eris. If at that point you'd only had your star chart cleared to Saturn, for example, you would have to get taxied to Eris to actually take down that Acolyte in the first two Eris locations. So yeah, another reason to clear your star chart. As you can see here, players have started to encounter Angst enough that it is now known for a short period of time that it is on Dione on Saturn. So what will happen is once enough players run this mission and deal enough damage to Angst, Angst will leave Dione on Saturn and will relocate to a new location, and players will then have to hunt down and find Angst yet again. Again, it will say location unknown until more players encounter Angst, and then it will be another location. Now, a few things to keep in mind about these Acolytes. They can spawn at the beginning of a mission, the middle of a mission, or the end of a mission. So don't be too quick to bail on a mission if that Acolyte does not spawn at the very beginning. There have been many a times I have had to actually wait just before extraction for the Acolyte to spawn. Now, it's not uncommon for an Acolyte to actually hide in a specific room. And in order for you to trigger that Acolyte encounter, you will have to actually enter that specific room. Now, you will know an Acolyte is nearby because just like the Stalker, your screen will flash, and the Acolyte will then start sending messages to players. Something to keep in mind about the Acolytes is you have a certain amount of time to deal enough damage to that Acolyte. If time expires and you have not dealt enough damage to that Acolyte, the Acolyte will leave and will not drop a reward. Also, something to keep in mind is if an Acolyte happens to wipe your team, just like the Stalker, it will not drop a reward and that Acolyte will leave. Okay, so those are all things to keep in mind. So let's talk about these Acolytes and the mods that they can potentially drop. So the very first Acolyte that we're going to be talking about is, of course, Angst, which is who we now have currently up. Now, Angst uses Valkyr's body, the Stalker's helm, as well as some various cosmetics, and can employ some abilities by both Valkyr and the Stalker. Now, Angst can drop body count, repeater clip, spring-loaded chamber, and pressurized magazine. The next one is Malice. Now, Malice uses Frost's body, the Stalker's helm, as well as some various cosmetics, and can employ abilities of both Frost and the Stalker. It can drop focused defense, guided ordnance, targeting subsystem, and narrow barrel. Next up is Mania. Now, Mania uses Loki's body, the Stalker's helm, as well as some cosmetics, and can employ some of Loki's as well as the Stalker's abilities. Mania can drop Catalyzer Link, Embedded Catalyzer, Weeping Wounds, and Nano Applicator. Next up is Torment. Now, Torment uses Mesa's body, the Stalker's helm, as well as some cosmetics, and can employ some abilities by Mesa and the Stalker. Torment can drop Hydraulic Crosshairs, Blood Rush, Laser Sight, and Argon Scope. Last but certainly not least is Violence. Now, Violence uses Limbo's body, the Stalker's helm, and as well as some cosmetics, and can employ some abilities by Limbo and the Stalker. Violence can drop shrapnel shot, bladed rounds, sharpened bullets, and maiming strike. So there is a sixth Stalker family member, all right, a sixth acolyte, and this is Misery. Now, to date, the only time he's made an appearance, I believe, is during the Shadow Dead event. Someone correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong, but to my knowledge, the only time that Misery has made an appearance is in that Shadow Dead event and has not made a reappearance. I'm hopeful that Misery will reappear every time the Acolyte event comes around. I'm always hopeful that we'll see Misery, but I'm not holding my breath. But Misery basically uses Necros' body, the Stalker helm, as well as some cosmetics, and can employ some abilities of both Necros and the Stalker. And in case you're wondering, what does Misery drop for mods? Misery can drop pretty much any of the mods of these other Acolytes. Alright? So yeah, Misery would be great to see. I'm hopeful that at some point in the near future, Misery will reappear, just because I do need Misery for my last Codex scan of the Stalker family. Yeah, but we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully that helps you guys out for your Acolyte event. And let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below, and how your Acolyte hunting is going. And until next time, peace and grease.